with make run. So my Postgres instance is running. Okay. So what happens here? You can see a lot of errors. This is only because I forgot to add in my flags the Postgres configuration. Because as you can see in the package Postgres folder, in order to create a connection to my Postgres database, we need all this information. And also here, for the migration to be executed, we need all this in the flags. So I will create that now. Okay. So let's add it in the flags here. So in my flags, I have created, so the database name is not this one, it's Go presentation. My user is demoadmin, my password is demoadmin. I want to access my Postgres instance on localhost on this port, and so on. So thanks to this, I will try to execute again my run command. There you go. And that's it. So you can see that my Postgres instance was created, and then my application was successfully launched. And you can also see here a log that says that the data was imported successfully. So let's verify this. So I use dbeaver in order to connect to my test database. So I will create a new connection, Postgres, on localhost, this port. My database is Go presentation. Go presentation, okay. My user is demo admin and the password is demo admin. Let's test the connection. Okay, everything is fine. Done. So here, if I go inside my Go presentation database, you will see that on the default schema, public, there is one table created, which is a demo table. This is exactly what you can see here in my database migration up script. This is exactly this script which was executed with two columns, ID and demo. ID and demo. And also on my database, there is a schema migrations table which was created by Golang Migrate in order to keep track on the migration version of the database. So here you can see that the version is 1. And the version is exactly the number you can see on my migration script here. So for the demo, let's try to add another migration script. So I will create a second one, which I call, so this is the second migration script. I will call it insert data, for instance. Insert data. Okay. And in this script, what I will do is I will insert some data in my mutable. Insert into demo ID demo values. Actually, the ID I don't need it because it's a serial. Just demo my demo. Okay. And then I will also create a script in the down folder. So I have to name it down. And this script will be the reverse action of what I did in the up script. So this will be delete from demo where demo equal idemo, for example. Right. Okay, so let's run again my application. Let's make run. So the Postgres database, you can see that the Postgres instance was already running in the Docker container, so nothing was done here. Then I ran my application again, and you can see that there is an error of the new script I have created. Okay. So the error is this. We should not use double quotes with Postgre, but single quotes like this. Let's run it again. Okay, so the migration script could not be executed because the version is 2 and the version is dirty. So if I go in the database, here in the table schema migrations, you can see that the second migration script was executed, but because it failed, it's in a dirty state. So let's put back the version 1 and dirty false, like this. And let's run again my application. Okay, everything is fine. There was no error here. So if I go back to the database, you can see that in this table, the version is now 2, and it's not in a dirty state. And if you go to the demo table, you can see that the second migration script was executed because now in the table there is one row with the value my demo. This is exactly what I have created here. So as you can see with Golang Migrate, it's very simple to run some migration scripts when your application starts. And it's very useful also for production purposes, because most of the time when you develop something in Go, you need to evolve your database schema or add some data in some database and so on. And with the migration script, you can make sure that this will be automatically done when you will deploy your application on production. As soon as the application will start on production, the application will start with your new code. And also, before that, the migration script will have been executed so that everything will be ready for your new feature to be used on production. That's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching.